That's why I said I didn't want to talk about it.
We have to talk about it.
On camera, I didn't want to talk about it. Because now,
Yeah.
after this conversation, your whole mood is changing and they can sense that.
Baby, you know I don't pull out when we loving, touching and kissing and licking. No, it's even your panties or something now. In my car, in my crib, I'm shining with this gold grill. I could give a what, how you feel. That booty and them tattoos on the rim. Take a breath of my blood, my.
What's up, MG gang? Welcome back. It's your favorite high school sweethearts. It's Genecia here.
It's your boy Mannie.
And today's video, we are basically talking about what kind of parents we'll be, marriage talk, and just like how we'll be forming our family, what type of household we're going to be living in, and you know, all that stuff. So if you guys are looking forward to hearing all the juicy talk, stuff that we really don't talk about, subscribe, continue watching, like this video, turn on your post notifications, follow us on all social media, and yeah, I have a pregnancy journey playlist down below so you guys can be following our pregnancy journey as well as pranks, challenges, and popular videos. It's listed in the description box down below, so it's like, you know, fun little treat for you guys if you guys are new to our channel. So yeah, a little premise of our relationship. We've been together for 13 years. We kind of been together very young. Like I met her when I was like 15, literally just turned 15 the year of the school year. And yeah, it was like love at first sight for me. And ever since then, we became high school sweethearts, you know, yours truly. And yeah, I really love this guy. You know, he's my best friend. He was my best friend first before anything. And I feel like when you establish a bond and a friendship and that just grows, it just blossoms into something more beautiful and long lasting. So friendship is important, guys. Just FYI.
Friendship is extremely important, first
yeah.
of all. I've always said it.
Like, yo,
How to get out the friend zone. I think the friend zone is not bad. It's not bad.
And I feel like nowadays people just date and then just, oh, boyfriend and girlfriend. And you really don't know that person. You haven't established that.
And that whole time, that friend that you had in the friend zone for the longest.
Mm-hmm. It's that one. He's the one. And I feel like,
she's the one. You
know, yeah. And I feel like that was with him. He wasn't really my type of guy that I normally date. Like, yeah, you have all the qualities a man what I would want during that time and stuff like that. And he was like my crush. And
that's not what you say in all these past YouTube.
No, I have. I always stated no. I stated that you weren't my type. Like you weren't the type of guy that I would go for. Like you literally had like that mysterious kind of bad boy vibe, which I didn't know you like had a bad boy vibe, but it was like very mysterious and quiet factor about you that it just insinuated me in. You know? Yeah, always the quiet ones because they're not so quiet and they're not so good for you either. It's like, truth, but no truth. Yeah, it is. But he's actually he's a gentleman. Like, he was always respectful and I love that about him. Like, my family loves him. My mom was like, this is my second son. My brother just took him in and said, like, he's my brother. Like, forget the sister. I never wanted a sister. I always wanted a brother. This guy, he literally, I was just like so like, oh, like everyone just loves him. As far as like having that bond and what we have, I feel like it's essential for a relationship and starting a family because our kids can have something to look up to and inspire to. Like I want to be one of those parents that our kids be like, you know, I know what love is because of what I had in my home and what I see my parents. Like, they were just so loving and their story is just so, you know, I just want to be an inspiration for you guys as well as my kids because I feel like in this day and generation, love is like lacking, you know, it's very lacking and it's scary because my kids is going to be growing up into a world where it's like no one cares about that anymore. It's like very rare. It's like rare at this point. You know, you thought that high school sweethearts was rare, but we know like multiple people in our, you know, class that are still with each other, and there's high school sweethearts. And I thought that was rare, but I feel like nowadays it's rare for people to have high school sweethearts or college sweethearts, you know what I mean? Just to stick with someone for long term and not just keep going through the motions, you know? And I get it, like, it's hard to find love and true love, and I really feel like I found my true love.
Good touch.
Good touch.
Good touch on it. I mean, she's right though. But what comes with that, you know, with the whole love thing is just understanding, patience, trust, loyalty, support.
Yeah.
And
that takes time.
like, you know, as you guys already know, I'm always straight up with y'all. I don't pretend to be anything. It's hard. I mean, it's hard, and within this generation, I mean, you guys know already. Loyalty is out the window. You know what I'm saying? Trust is out the window. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just people, you know, is always looking for a come up, you know, type of thing. With they'll pretend to love you and then come up off of that.
Then
you know,
just leave.
You know what I'm saying? It's sad, and like, honestly, like you said, I mean, that's what it is, like, lacking in this world. It is that whole love package. Like I said, the concept of love, the loyalty, the trust, like, all that is just lacking. And the understanding how she might want to discipline the child compared to how I might, you know, it's just a lot.
Yeah, I don't believe in hitting. And I think in this day and age, you're not supposed to anyways. Or you're gonna go to jail. So it's not like how it was in the old days, but I don't condone hitting a child. A child doesn't understand, like, they can't grasp that. Like, I feel like communication, sitting down.
Tell me about your
okay, the way that,
I guess.
because the reason why I'm this way is because that's what I was raised on. It's communication and talking to your child, and like, why did you do this? Like, why are you lashing out? Like, you have to get under, like, the underlying issue of why that child reacted that way, and then you can properly discipline them as far as talking, and then letting them understand that this was wrong and not to do it again. Like, people just automatically believe, well, they're acting like this, the kid's lashing out because they need a butt whipping. Like, I don't feel like that's the case. And people who think that way is because they're conditioned from when they were a child to think that, okay, it worked for me, it will work for my child. You know what I mean? Because you can't get mad at that. It's just cycles do continue. You know what I mean?
No, it don't.
What do you mean?
For me.
Do you want to hit your child?
For me, I was raised clearly different.
Yeah, you're seeing extension cords
She
and...
clearly was raised in the Eiffel Tower. You know what I'm saying?
When you get punished, get a dictionary.
In the sewer, it's a gutter. You know what I mean?
Wait, no, you weren't. Stop saying that.
So, you know, for people that experienced my type of, discipline, you had to go outside, pick your own tree in front of all these kids, you know, because you out there with everybody. Like, parents that's sitting out there, got the little white chairs, sitting out there chilling, talking, and, you know, they're watching their kids play.
Okay, pick a tree.
You gotta go out there, pick a tree, pick a switch. Grandma.
What?
The rest in peace to her.
Oh my gosh, that's brutal.
Yeah, my grandma had me and Mello one time go out there, pick a switch. I'm like, oh.
Wow, that's crazy.
Like I said, shoe.
But that, like, I can't get mad. I guess that's just how times work.
I was wild, man.
But do you feel like if someone just sat down and talked to you and why you were acting that way? Because obviously you can't really remember at that point because you're older now. But I just feel like if you just talk and really understand and get to the main issue of the core of the problem, it will work.
Oh,
I feel like it will
after
work.
that, I went back and did the same thing.
Because you got hit, right? You kept.
It was just terrible.
No,
like,
I'm saying
it was just,
the hitting did not work for you. You
it did
still.
for a couple.
Oh yeah, after because it's embedded, but then after you forgot about that one, man. You forgot how it was.
I didn't do that specific thing.
Yeah, obviously, but you still.
Well, other things that I didn't get caught by, I was still doing that. Like I was like, oh, I'm gonna throw rock at cars. I was just doing it until I got caught by throwing rocks at buses.
What? Yeah.
I can't do that no more. Now they watching me.
But also, I feel like the type of life we live and the environment we're in.
She was in a bird box. That's her thing.
Huh?
She lived in a bird box. You know what I mean?
Well, no, actually, I got out. I did get out. I camped. I did. It's like there's a certain type of sheltering. Like
I can't.
I did camping still in a tent. I got out. I did camping, canoeing. You know, I did a lot of adventurous stuff. I did sports. But I was still, like, my parents knew where I was at all times. And even when I was at home, I was doing stuff that was, like, productive and learning. You know what I mean? I feel like the environment that we're going to have for our child, we're going to be actively doing stuff where they're not going to be prone to be, like, lashing out. Like, yeah, kids are going to be kids. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is that you were throwing rocks at cars, where we're going to be with our child, going to museums, going to adventures, going camping.
Just because we live in a nice area,
it has nothing to do with nice area.
We're going to. Not going to be kids.
That's what I just said. Kids are going to be kids. I'm saying we're going to be active parents, to where you're not going to be bored throwing rocks at cars.
Like your kid's going to always want to spend it's
not about
come a point in time where the person, he or she, want to be like,
at 5, at 6.
Pump your brakes, mom. I want to go kind of go over Ceci house.
No, there's no going over. No, I feel like if
Tom house.
No.
Oh, Frank house. You know what I mean?
I feel like that will happen in their older years, teenage years, but as toddlers.
It's a good thing that we're talking about this, guys, so you can understand.
Yeah.
You see what I mean?
But I feel like parents out there will understand where I'm coming from too. Like, going over to people's houses nowadays, you can't trust family. You can't trust anybody. Nowadays, people are perverts and predators, and you don't even know it. And then next thing you know, bam. My mom never played that sleeping over people's houses. If it was a girl, and there was only a woman in the household. There was no other men or brothers around. There was, that's, yes.
What's that? Because she had a sleepover.
Yes, and there was only girls only, and the dad was not present, or the dad left, then yes. Not dad left, but I mean, there's no men in the household for anything to have a suspicion
so we was
going
having
through my mind.
For our daughter, I would have to leave. That's what you're saying.
I feel like if the parents are okay with that, because obviously we know who you are, but if the parents are okay with that, I would say, like, babe, you should just go with your boys, or, you know, get a hotel or something, because just for the parents to be comfortable. I feel like that's very respectful nowadays, because you don't know. You really don't know. That's all I'm saying. As for boys,
I would accept that. What you mean as for boys?
No, because boys, I don't even, like, no. Like, there's no sleepovers. Yes, you can go over someone's house to hang out, but no sleepovers. I'm not going to have my child sleeping over another person's house. That is, like, a no-no. No, that's just safety. And if one time, you know, I hear, it's just because I'm like this way because I hear so many stories, and I'm the type of person that lives through other people. So I would never repeat that mistake. You know what I mean? Like, there's reason why I really haven't gone through much in my life, because I prevent certain situations from happening, because I see through other people's lives and I don't want that happening to me. I'm very empathetic to where I can literally feel like, if that was me, I feel the pain, I feel it all. So I don't want that happening. And people say that, like, you don't know until it happens.
Guys, if you agree with her, just give this comment.
Yes, comment if you agree with me.
But we really didn't talk too much about discipline. We just talked about our experience.
Yeah, but far as if we're going back on, well, I feel like we already concluded with the sleepover. My child would not be sleeping over anyone's houses.
See what I'm saying? But I wouldn't have thought like that.
It's in the news every day. It's either a family member member. It's either a friend, or it's either a teacher or a coach. And it's not even.
But I'm saying you're doing that based off a good percentage of people when they're actually, like that percentage of people doesn't affect everybody.
Of course, I'm not going to shelter my child, but I would not put them in a situation where I feel like that can potentially happen, if you get what I mean. Far as sleeping over someone's house, I feel like that's a little too risky, and I don't know what's happening. I'm not there. You can go over someone's house, play and whatever, but there will be parental supervision. Either I will be there or someone who I really trust, that's really close, that I know their morals, and not just, oh, they just met a new friend. I don't know your parents. I don't know who they are. No, you're not going over there, because I don't know what type of language they use in their house, or what type of lifestyle they have going in the house. I don't know them. So no, once I get to know someone, then that will be another step.
Well, these guys, I will be sleeping in a hotel. Oh, I might go to my friend's house.
Exactly. There you go. If the parents have an issue with a man being in a house. Back to discipline.
Wow.
I feel like talking and understanding your child is key. Far as discipline, doing reading the dictionary, writing down a new word, constructing that into a paragraph. Further their learning as well as disciplining at the same time. I'm hoping them it's a win-win situation. They'll thank me for it in the future. Point blank. I thank my mom for it in the future. At times it was hard. I'm but after that I grew a love for learning, to where it's I did understand what I was doing. It was wrong. I didn't do it again. Yeah, I probably did something new, that I didn't do anything. I never repeated something else again. But of course, you're growing up. You're going to, have that rebellion stage and do something that you're not supposed to be doing, and then you learn from it. But my thing is, I never kept doing something over and over again. I learned from my mistakes, and I feel like learning is the key to everything. I just say, we're going to challenge each other, especially when it comes to parenting. We're really different, but we do, at the end of the day, still have the same morals of how, we want our child to be. The values, everything, the headset, everything. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, we have a clear consensus on that, right?
As far as giving them or her, giving the baby, I'm just going to say the baby.
Okay.
Giving the baby phones.
I don't think that's... Why would they need a phone anyway?
Instead of giving the baby a phone and all that, and if we do give her a phone, give the baby a phone, it will be educational gains, but... Yeah, they have leapfrog. They don't need an iPad. Not even give her the baby. It's funny.
Say taller, because I don't think we're going to have a baby with electronics.
I know what I mean. We're just not giving our baby devices.
Exactly.
That's what she's pretty much getting at.
I forgot about that too.
We're not doing that because we already know that I'm guilty of it. I'll be quick to give him the device. Hey, look, you want my phone here?
Yeah, just to be quiet. And I get it, parents. It's a rough job. I'm not saying that I'm a parent myself. Well, as far as Bryson, he's a dog, but he has prepared us in a way as far as patience and how life would be, as far as learning and teaching. But as far as having a device, I don't think that it's right in a way. Her. That's my view.
She didn't want it. She was like, we're not giving it. I was like,
if we have we're not going to have our phones out with our baby. We're going to be.
All this other stuff, have my phone out. What do you mean? I'm going to have my phone out regardless. I mean, I'm not saying while we're doing something together. Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. That for them to be okay, I want to use your phone. What's so... Okay. It's not going to be a moment where...
But they're going to see me on it.
Yes, of course. But it's not going to be
can I see your phone? What are you doing? They're going to want to see it. So it's not but I mean, at the end of the day, like you said, we're just not going to evolve our child life around electronics.
Electronics.
Just being more productive, how we were. Like we was outside going on around.
Like you're very adventurous,
yeah,
and
so
I want our child
want.
to be. That's a good quality though. That's not bad. Not saying that you're trying to like not be seen and do something rebellious, but being adventurous is fine. Like I want to do like one day of just like going going in the grass and exploring new ants and bugs, and they have a book and they're writing what their qualities and what they do, like stuff like that. That's what I did. But it's nice because
I just knew she was gonna say something like that. I laughed because I knew she was gonna say something.
Like that's the stuff that I want to do. And
it's like I don't even like bugs, but I mean, the fact that I would have to be forced to go outside.
I used to play with bugs, like ladybugs, like the roly-poly ones. Like I used to pick them up, and I was just so curious about them. Like, what do they do? What do they eat? Like, and I want to teach my child that, like, nature.
Since I played with worms, and I got the wingworm one time, I was like, nah.
We have to play with them in the dirt. But there are you can.
Nope. I ain't touching no more bugs. I did touch a caterpillar, but you know how long it took me to touch a caterpillar? Like my cousin would like walk around with the drink. I was like, nah, I can't touch it. Don't touch me. And it took me like years for me to
I wasn't like that.
To finally actually touch one. I was like, oh yeah, it's not that bad. But I never picked one.
Yeah, I wasn't like that.
I just don't like bugs. Don't touch me.
I'm okay with bugs.
Like you could be nature. Be nature.
I love nature. I want to do stuff like that, like museum trips and play dates and going to the library and someone reading a book and we're there. Yeah, like Barnes and Nobles, there's people, they have like, because I've seen on Groupons where people come and read to kids and stuff like that, and that would just be like a good learning experience, and then afterwards they can pick a book and like go home and read.
In the end, this is helpful, guys. This is really helpful.
What's help? Like, do you not want that?
This is helpful. It's like
we should.
I don't want to admit to it,
like, cause this is what I know a lot of people thinking. Dang, that's a lot of energy. Like, that's going to be a lot of effort and work. But to me, this is fun. Like, it's like having a sibling that you're doing stuff with, right? When you're normally doing it, you're having a kid that you want to be around and they're a part of you. You want to do fun stuff. Like, to me, this is fun stuff. This is not like, oh, I'm gonna be a parent. Oh, I'm gonna be doing this and that, and you know, every morning we're gonna be doing math and like ABCs, and no, like I actually look forward to that. Like I want to do stuff like that. Like I just love kids like things and just being like childish at heart and just going to adventure gyms, and you know, we can do obstacle courses and do baby rock climbing. Like all that stuff is gonna be fun, and then we're gonna be doing stuff like that too, you know.
Like I said, the stuff that she's saying, I mean, you can't help but say you're right, but shoot.
I just want my life to change. Like I'm a very much a homebody, and yes, I like what it's comfortable, it's content, but I know once a baby comes, it's going to change me even more and be like more out there and get me out of my comfort zone of being like antisocial and barely speaking to people. Like I feel like that is going to make me evolve into another person. I feel like this is what is the next step in our life, where we're going to be a next Mannie, a next gen. We're leveling up. You know what I mean? We're not going to be stagnant and be the same.
Deliver on that. I mean, I believe we can.
Yeah, and I get it. Like we're human. There's times where we're gonna want stuff to ourselves and not always going to be doing stuff. But I feel like for the most part, we're gonna try our best, and I'm going to be doing these things. Like I want to do these things. Like
at some point,
sometimes
we'll try to test you. I'm like
the greatest punishment. The greatest punishment, and you can quote me on this or second this, is a parent's disappointment in you. When I vote,
man, get that lame. Get that lame.
I'm really not trying to be lame, but when my mom was disappointed in me, it killed me. Cause I wanted to be, like, I don't know if that's just me and my nature of just being a perfectionist and just being like an ideal person that someone wants to love, but it killed me.
What I did there, guys, that was if I have a little boy, you know, I jack him up. But if a girl, I can't.
All right, you can go like this.
Yeah.
You go like that.
Yeah,
no hitting or anything. You can hold them and let them be firm and say that is not okay.
If it's my princess,
Of course you're not gonna do that, and you're gonna be daddy's little girl, of course, and I'm gonna be the strict one.
I don't know. I gotta talk about that. I don't know. Like if it's daddy's little girl, I can't. I don't know. Like, baby, don't do that again. I guess that's how I'm gonna be. I don't know. Because I can't.
He doesn't do that with me.
I can't. I gave you all the spoiled treatment. Like it's enough. Like you're a grown woman now. It's like.
So what? I can still be your little baby girl.
That's the same thing with my girl.
Remember when you used to call me baby?
When she grow up, I'm like, look. Little girl.
You're not. You still want. No, it's always gonna be like that for dads and daughters. Trust me. Cussing. All right. One more thing to touch on. I'm big on, and I feel like I don't care. I don't care at this point because I'm about to be a mom, and that child I'm responsible for, and that speak highly for me. No cursing around my child. If you're a person that curses and can't help themselves, you will not be around my child. I don't curse. Yes, I curse in arguments with Manny, but first of all, we won't ever have arguments in front of our child. That would not ever happen. Creative discussions, no, I would never raise my voice. I would never curse or anything. They would never see our problems. Yes, I'm not going to take that away. I'm not going to show to them because they need to know. They need to know how relationships work.
Sense of it though. Even though we might put a fix on it, like when we realize, oh.
No, we're gonna be talking normally, like what I'm saying.
Even though we might, but it's like. You're gonna have that moment where you want to splurge, but you're gonna catch yourself. You're gonna have that moment
we're human. Yeah, because if you make me so mad, yes, that will probably happen.
Like, by us being quiet and not our typical self, a kid, like.
It's not typical self. It's growing. I want to grow to a point where I'm being a mature adult and I'm no longer lashing out. I'm talking as a mature adult should and be able to control my anger to get my point across. That's something I want to work on before the baby comes. I won't ever do that in front of my child because I'm going to start conditioning myself to not do that. I don't want to curse in front of my child, and there's certain type of music that won't be played. When my child goes over someone's houses and we're there, the TV will not be on for us
You're not about to have my child not be wanted by people.
Listen.
I'm saying you extra.
It's not
extra. How you gonna tell other people what they can't have?
That's what I'm saying. That's okay. If they don't want to do that, they would not go over their house. Point blank. They can come over our house because we'll be having educational TV on. They were not going to be having adult TV on while there's children around.
She is the Queen Elizabeth here, guys.
Yeah, it's not Queen Elizabeth. It's just...
How you gonna tell somebody else what they can't have over there?
I didn't say what they can, but I'm saying...
You are telling them what they can't have over there. If they not gonna block...
those are rules. Please don't feed my child candy,
We're not
chips,
talking about that.
Or that is rules when you go over someone's house, right?
You're literally saying no TV. So
I didn't say no TV. I said educational programs only for kids. Kids shows only, not adults. Something me and you will watch.
No, they can watch cartoons.
Yes, cartoons, yes.
I'm confused.
I'm not talking about that. I'm saying adult TV. There's no VH1, no BET, none of that. Like if I don't watch it in my own house, why shouldn't my child go over someone else's house and be so shocked by it? Because they never seen this before. You know what I mean? If my child is coming over, it's because they want to spend time with that person. We're going to be doing activities.
When it comes to a female and a child, they are
It's no.
Look how you acting.
Yes.
You're literally telling somebody.
But I'm glad I'm acting
TV.
like it. I didn't say no TV. I said educational channels only. But what I'm trying to say is because I'm happy I'm thinking this way because most of the people that I know don't. They don't care what's on or no one's drinking around my child. Like we aren't drinking around our child. Like,
I don't even drink, but
no, I'm not saying obviously we don't, but I'm saying
she's saying no juices or anything.
No, I'm saying no alcohol beverages either. Like
you don't even know what alcohol beverages is.
I know, but when we go over friends' houses and our kids are there, there's no drinking. Like we're there for.
You know what I'm saying? Like, what is this?
My child is not going. Because you want to know why? I grew up with friends, obviously friends that I have now. oh, my dad drank beer. I knew what that alcoholic smell meant, and it's like I hear stories, I'm like, oh, I would never be that parent. I'm living from someone else's childhood. Children know things, whether you think or not. They know the smell of alcohol, and they know it's not something they drink.
The fact that we're not.
But friends around but our friends are going to be around. Our friends drink, and they're going to smell it on the breath. We're not going to be that type.
Child grows older. Like I said,
that is not a fruit of. I never. How? If I'm this person now, I never grown up around drinking or cursing or any of that. So you're saying I'm just my mom was for a rude awakening? I turned out fine. Yes, everyone's going to have their rebellion stage. No one's perfect. I'm not saying that. I'm saying what you can control for them not have morals, not have respect, not have all these values in their self. That's what I'm saying. That's what the main thing that all this is going to mush into is having a good head on your shoulders, being respectful, being a gentleman, being a lady, having like all your stuff set together. That's what I mean.
Education
so
part, just
be an excellent parent, or let me bring it down to mediocre so you can sort of feel okay. I'm not.
You have to be a fantasy parent.
That's not fantasy. How is that fantasy if that was what I experienced? And my mom was by herself.
Just need you to bring it down.
And we have 2 people, so that's twice as much knowledge, twice as much love, twice as much opportunities and activities happening.
Okay, then let me put it like this then. The way how you was raised. Are we any different as far as how we want our child to be raised?
I feel like no. That's why I feel like.
Okay.
I feel like we're still on the same page.
But that's what I'm saying. Look how I was raised, and I want that same thing compared to how you was raised.
Because sometimes people who didn't have that same thing want that for their child. As far as I didn't have everything, but I still want that for my child. And I feel like the cool qualities that I have, I want to instill in my child. Now, my mom isn't perfect, and certain things that she did, I'm not going to have in my child. It's a pro and con to things. I'm just saying all the things that I want to do, but I'm not saying my life is peaches and cream.
Me and you are raised totally different, yeah. I'm saying with some of the things you have to, education, being active, certain things done, yeah, sure. You know what I mean?
And you always been a family person anyway, so you understand that vibe for us to have with our kids.
I'm not saying that. It's just as far as letting my child breathe and make mistakes on their own. I want that to happen. I want my child to go rock climbing or do adventurous stuff. I want them to learn how to fall, cry, and get back up. I'm not saying rock climbing.
But I'm saying my child is going to
get into trouble with something just to learn from it. Learn.
Yes, they're going to get in trouble. I'm not saying that. Are you serious?
I feel as though you're just going to be there. You're going to be that style mom
I'm not always going to know, because I'm going to live my life. I have a husband. I'm going to need to love you as well. I'm not just there for my kid. I'm there for my family. We have to.
When the baby comes, your attention going to be on the baby.
Yes, the baby. Yes, a baby. As they grow and as they
go to school, you're going to be there in the window watching.
Babe, no.
I just feel like you're
what?
Just going to be there.
Stop. Oh my gosh.
You saying stop?
Why would I be in the window? That would be our time of having
a... coming home from school from the bus. You probably don't even want them to take the bus.
No, they're not taking the... Why?
Tell me.
The proudest moment...
We talk too much about this, but anyway.
Okay, we're going to talk about this after, but the proudest moments will be man, my dad, my mom picking me up for school. Either or. It doesn't have to be both of us, but...
As you guys can see, it's a good thing to talk about it, but...
On to marriage, I feel like I want to bring a baby into this world married. I don't want to be labeled as a baby mama, even though we're engaged and we've been together for a long time. Ideally, society, or when you write down a paper, you're still considered single, and I don't like that. There's no engaged. There's single or married or separated or a widow. So that's what I believe, point blank. Married, just get married. Not saying have a wedding. I don't want to plan a wedding right now, because I want to, well, first of all, we're about to have a baby, and I also want to have a wedding to where I want us just to focus on the wedding and not care about finances. We have like a wedding coordinator, all that, and we could just focus on the you know what couples do when they're getting married. So I feel like we're not at that point yet to where we're like, you know, and I want to have like a nice little destination, and some parents or family members that can't fly out, we're able to fund that. That's the place that I want to be in. You know what I mean? So yeah, but getting married, I feel like that should definitely happen just so the core values are there. Like, I'm just tired of seeing like in comments in society, like there's so many baby mamas, but there's no marriages. Like, why is it so hard to get married? Where like you're just creating babies, and having a baby is way harder than marriage. You're having a human being, a life responsible for someone, but marriage is so hard for people. That don't make sense. Like, can't you grasp that? Not, you know, you, but I'm just saying in general, like for other people, like you're bringing all these babies in the world, but you can't, like you want that girl to be the mother of your child multiple times, but not your wife. And then when she's gone, oh, I wish I wiped her up. Or like, you know, some people say that, but it's just like, I don't want that happening. Like, I just want my child to know, like, you know, we're husband and wife. You know, my parents got married. I have married parents, you know?
I wanted to do a whole new proposal. Like, I feel as though, like I said before.
Oh, yeah. I forgot you said that, too.
I want to do a whole new proposal.
Mm-hmm.
And before we get married, but